Hi, I'm Clemson. I'm going to introduce you to myself through a little bit of machinery. Now today we're not going to have an invention of my own, but we're going to have a special custom that I built, which is going to use the mother of all invention, which is necessity. Here we have my 1933 Harley-Davidson flathead, but this by no means is a Harley-Davidson anymore. Okay, what you see here is a very special motorcycle. This is not an invention, but it's a total custom. Now, I never went to school to become an engineer or an inventor, but what we have here is Yankee ingenuity, which means understanding a lot of the same things that any inventor or machinist is going to understand. We have micrometers, we have verniers, but more important than all of that, we have an understanding of materials, steel hardness, what kind of procedures we're going to need to go into custom fabricating parts to make a 1933 a modern, reliable machine. On this motorcycle, one of the main things we had to concentrate on was the gearbox. In 1933, the 3-speed gear technology was not up to snuff. So we grafted on a 1978 4-speed Harley-Davidson. To make this work under modern standards, to be able to get 50 miles per gallon, to be able to make it be reliable and get on the highway, we had to make a lot of changes. First of all, we have a belt drive added to this motorcycle. To make a belt drive into this motorcycle, it took more than just machining, it took a lot of creativity. One of the modifications that had to be made to this motorcycle to make it work with this modern belt drive is to figure out how to take the 1933's tapered shaft end, which would come out of this side, the left side of the motor case, and attach to a modern splined end belt pulley. What I decided to do was take the original sprocket that would have run a chain, put it on the lathe and grind off all of the teeth. Then bore this on a milling machine to accept at a pressure fit at 1/1000th tolerance the old sprocket chain. So what you would have had is taking this and making it fit onto this and be able to clock speeds of 100 miles an hour. And it doesn't. Now, I don't know if you can see what's going on right here really, but in 1933 we would have had a cast piece triple clamp. And on this motorcycle we have muffler clamps and a piece of piping. The tools of the trade. When it comes to inventing, when it comes to customizing, you really don't need to get much more fancy than your simple set of verniers, your micrometers. Now you do need to have these. You do need to be able to measure within the hundredth, thousandths, if I could afford it, the millionth of an inch. But you don't really need a millionth of an inch, and you don't really need a milling machine. Forget the lathe, forget the milling machine. Here in Vermont, in this little shop, it's the file. And we can take this tapered end main shaft, and with these simple tools and a lot of time and ingenuity, we can make it fit to the thousandths of an inch. We don't need no stinky milling machine around here.